And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Check.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety Jamal Adams. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, kill. 47.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the shotgun again to Elliott. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League, where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Bell. This will go for 5 up to the 33. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Here we go.
Darnold on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play here for Dallas. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This is Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Jets' 22-yard line.
Here we go. Go ahead. Check 54. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Started the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. They'll run with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A first down throw, Darnold. And he spots Henderson open left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Let's stop. 3rd and 4.
Here we go, son. Hey, we gonna make the 48 right now. Let's go. 3 bucks.
Now Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This is taken at his 4. What a spin. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, You've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Prescott off play action. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go. Go. Hey, Mike, five. Watch the run. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, tank. Hey,
back to throw, Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First down and 10 yards to go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2.
We got this.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the run. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. That one good for 26 and a first down.
26 yards.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54, watch 54. It's just me and you.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Randy Gregory. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. He's tired of me. Hey, Haywood. Hey, watch it.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold down to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Henderson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Lady. Mike 48, Mike 48. Smooth. Touchdown defense. 48 for Mike. Got you.
Darnold. Nunez got it, complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Don't get nervous. Switch. Jim.
This is Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Again, it's Bell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Sponge. No. He's crashing. He's checking crash. SOS, SOS, SOS. Here we go. SOS, SOS.
On third down, here's Bell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start on the ground with Elliott, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Prescott from the gun on third. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
He's not going to get me. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll go again with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Inside. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Right.
Now it's Darnold. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Check. Red 80. Red 80. Hey, exit. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Let's get that.
Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now Austin.
Let's go,
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Pick me up. Here we go. Mike 48. Mike 48. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 40. Hey, Foxtrot.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. The tight end Gates, the intended target.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.